Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of Sailing svSomeday. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. So what's happening?
We did our first sailboat race.
We did. We
completed our first sailboat.
We joined a sailboat race. It was not our boat. We crewed on another guy's boat.
But it was also a Catalina.
But it was also a Catalina 30, so that was pretty cool. And there were 8 boats in the race, and we were 6th. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know what happened. A couple of errant attacks here and there, and your whole race is gone to pot. So I think that's just what happens. And the wind died on us and stuff like that. It was really fun though. We learned a lot. The captain that we were with, he never took the helm. Once we left the slip, he never took the helm until we parked back in the slip. So before we had the race, we were having a conversation about, well, he won't make us helm. And then we helmed the whole entire race. It was pretty fun.
It was good practice.
It was good practice. We learned a lot because he made you feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of heel going on because we were trying to maximize speed. So that was not too bad. So today, on our sailing adventure, we tried to recreate the race. We went the same route as the race, and we thought we'd try to beat our time with 12 parsecs. I'm just kidding. 4 hours, 51 minutes, and 18 seconds. It ended up taking us, what, 6 hours or something? So it ended up taking us longer. And we took a couple of shortcuts because the wind wasn't cooperating. It's not really our fault.
Well, we've got the main up with one reef, but I think we're gonna go ahead and unfurl our genoa. What's it called?
It's genoa.
We're gonna unfurl our genoa and get us some more speed.
Sounds like a plan. Congratulations, how do you feel?
Nervous.
Why?
Because the wind's right behind me, and I'm afraid I'm gonna jibe.
Don't jibe.
Okay. Hey, guess what?
What?
There's some wind.
Are you gonna jibe?
No.
Why are you not gonna jibe? Because you're not gonna turn.
I'm not turning.
Don't turn, don't jibe. Right? You look very intently doing that.
It's scary.
Not scary. It's
a little scary.
No. Not scary. Should I talk about my very special hat? I have a very special hat.
It looks funny.
You look funny. I have a very special hat. That's pretty much the end of the story. That's not a very cool story. So I just happened to glance up and I noticed our leech line on our genoa is just flopping in the wind. Our current situation is this. Our leech line is, I don't know if you can see that, but our leech line is ripped out of the seam of the leech of our genoa, and it's hung on the deck. Well, I guess it's actually a radar mount, that we don't have a radar. So it's wrapped around that, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know that we could pull it in right now, without it getting hung up, so we're probably going to take a tack and see if we can furl it in. Yeah, so that's our problem up there. Not sure what we're gonna do about that. That sucks. I guess it's time to make a decision. I hate to call it because we're retracing the steps of our race. Since we realized that our leech line was torn and the luff of our, or the leech of our sail is all opened up on the UV protection, the wind has agreed and we've been on the same tack since then, and it's been, I don't even know how long it's been, so we just decided to ride it out. Since we're gonna have to tack, we might as well get as close to our home base as we can. So we're still just kind of cruising along on this same tack, which has worked out pretty good. Wind has worked out pretty good so far. So what do you think? Do you love it?
So far, maybe.
Maybe you love it? What?
I have to pay attention when I'm driving.
Why?
Because otherwise they'll steer us wrong.
Oh, don't steer us wrong. So the entire leech of our Genoa is basically gone at this point. So we're gonna have to take our Genoa off and take it to the sail loft because we don't have a machine capable of fixing that yet. We've debated back and forth about buying one. I think it's probably a little premature at this point for us to have that. It would be handy, I mean, to do some of the projects that we need to do. Every time we come here, every time we come to the boat, we think, well, you know, we could fix this, we could fix that, but they're so expensive. But we're looking into that. Project-wise, we replaced our water heater. That's very exciting. And we also replaced all the water lines from the deck fills to the tanks, and then from the tanks back to the water pump. If you can see right here, this is the old water heater. This is the fuel tank. There's about an inch of space right there. And I'm sure this won't show up on video, but there's probably 2 inches of water heater below this fiberglass lip right here. So you obviously cannot get that out of here without taking out the fuel tank, which we do not want to do. So what do you do instead? You have to come take these cabinets out and then send the water heater out the back. So there are some people who have a problem doing that, and they end up having to cut that fiberglass to get the damn thing out. So we're hoping we don't have to do that. I also don't want to have to move our water pump or our accumulator tank, which we installed several months ago. So hopefully this will all work out. We turned off the breaker in the boat. We turned off the breaker on the shore power box. I also unplugged the shore power cable, so probably not going to blow up. Alright, is that on? Yeah. Everything's disconnected, and so now we just have to bring it out sideways and hook it. So we got the old water heater out. Pain in the ass. Hashtag pain in the ass. But now we're going to put the new one back in. It's pretty and wide. There's no scratches, no scrapes, no dings, no dents. It's perfect. We just have to perform the same procedure. We just have to do it backwards now, basically. So we're putting these hoses back on. These 2 hoses carry antifreeze, hot antifreeze from the engine, from the hot side, and it circulates through the water heater so that when you turn your engine on, it heats up your hot water so you don't have to use electricity. When you're on shore power, it's plugged into 110, so you have electricity to heat it up. And when you're not plugged into shore power, running the engine heats the water up so you can have hot water without electricity. Good job. as usual, our boat is in a state of massive disrepair. We have the hanging locker out and the drawer unit that goes beside it out. And Darla is scrubbing behind the hanging locker because it was filthy when we took them all out. And you, huh?
And we can't have that.
And we can't have that. So there's a bunch of funk in there. We were filling the water in the deck fill earlier. Every time the water would spurt a little bit, I would see gunk going into the tank, so we know that's no good. So we have hoses, which are shown right there, to replace them with. And if you slide up here, you can see that they go behind this panel, which we've taken off, which has an electrical outlet and some other doodads. Then they connect right there to the bottom of the deck fills. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Forgot to put this on. They can't forget that. That's the most important part. So both of the new hoses are on, and they look pretty cool. They're fancy and white and brand new-y looking. And if you drop down below, you can see fancy new white hose, fancy new vent hose. No gunk all over them. The next thing we're gonna do after she finishes with the orange glow and the teak is move your foot, and down there where the valve is at, we're gonna replace those hoses, which is gonna be a little bit more difficult because it goes down there. Anyway, it goes all the way back. It goes under the starboard SETI tank and all the way back to the back of the boat. So we got our hoses run from both of the water tanks, and they both go to this filter right here that we installed, and then from the filter they go to the water pump, and then from the water pump they go to the accumulator tank we installed. So we got fancy new hoses, and our water tastes great. So we got that done, and before we did that, we were not able really to drink our water. We probably could, but it was rotten.
It smelled real sulfury.
Yeah, rotten egg-y, rotten egg-ish, rotten egg, and we ain't into that. So we replaced all that, and now we can drink it, and it tastes delicious. Things we learned, I still can't back out of the slip, but I think I know why. There's a little piece of tape in the middle of our steering wheel which shows the center, but it also is at the center when it's all the way hard over starboard or port. And so I spent 3 or 4 tries today with it all the way to, say, starboard, going forward, then going backward, then going forward, then going backward, because I thought that it was straight and it wasn't. So the tape that we have that marks the center of our wheel is very deceiving. But I think that now that I've figured out that mentally is throwing me off, I think I might be able to overcome it. We're still doing that thing. We're still doing the backwards U-turn, but I kind of enjoy it now. I mean, you have to embrace it.
I'm less nervous about it.
If you plan to do that, then that's probably good, right? I mean, you have a plan, and invariably it's going to go that way here because our prop walk makes the boat go that way, whether you want it to or not. And if someday we get a magic surprise and the boat gets blown that way, then perfect.
It's wonderful.
We just drive right on out of here. In the meantime, though, we'll just keep doing our backwards U-turn. What did we learn? What did we learn?
I'm still not a very good sailor.
That's not really something that you learned, is it?
I learned that I'm not very good at sailing.
I think
I
you're
like
fine.
to sail, but I'm not very confident.
I think you're fine. They probably have a confidence building sort of sailing operation somewhere where somebody tells you to be confident or something. Maybe you need a life coach.
I need a life coach. I think our battery's running good.
What?
So
No!
I need to wrap this up.
Right. Okay, so anyway, thank you for watching.
Yep.
We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, please hit that thumbs up button. Boing! Don't leave me hanging. Do we do one of our weird high fives? Anyway, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your friends how cool you are that you watch Sailing svSomeday. They'll be super jealous. And they'll be like, how do I do that? You just say, just go hit the bell. Boom. You'll never miss a new video. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. All those cool YouTube doodads that are very important. So.
And maybe they'll want to go sailing like us.
Yeah, they want to go sailing. See you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.